So in this case, what templates are very simple blueprints for machines that you can create once and run anywhere, as we said. So you create a new template directly through this interface, through the library. Just by clicking that plus button, you say Add Template. And we're going to create a demo server just for this webinar. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to use it. Now, this is the place where you have two options. You can either pre-bind the template to a particular cloud provider. So let's say you have Amazon is or Rackspace is your only cloud that you always run your machines on, and you don't have any other clouds, you just have one cloud. What you could do in this situation is pre-bind the server template to that cloud. But in this case, we've got a whole number of clouds that we use, so we're not going to actually bind the template to those clouds. We're going to leave it empty, and we're going to choose later. And of course, our scripts, at this point, we need to choose the scripts that we want deployed when this machine is activated. So let's say we like Java on all our machines, and we like configuring our systems using this little script that we just wrote. So what we're going to do is we're going to add these as boot scripts, or launch scripts. And what that does is it takes the server template, and when the machine is activated, we actually run these jobs in order. Now what's great, as you noticed, is this is completely integrated into your library. So any script that you have in our library can be used in your creating your server template, but also you can pick up stuff from our App Store that I'll show you in a second. So the last thing I'm going to do is just save this. And guess what? We now have a server template ready to go. And what the server template does is it will deploy LAMP and deploy code on it. Actually, I thought I had chosen Java, but let's actually let me just redo this a second, because I think it'll probably be smarter for us to do something that's a little faster than deploying a whole LAMP stack here. So I'm going to move this around. You notice how easy it is to redo everything here, and let's press save. Great. So we have our demo server ready to go, and we're going to launch it now. Now this is the place at which point you have to choose a cloud. Now I'm going to point out two things which are very, very important and very differentiated. First and foremost is you can choose a public cloud provider that you have listed here, or if you have your private cloud federated into our system, you can choose that as well. So the other really great thing about this that is products like RightScale and others don't do is we have the ability to run a template on an existing server. So if you have a physical or a virtual machine that already is running or exists out in your private cloud or inside your enterprise, you can actually target that machine for us to deploy this on. So you could choose that, but for this demo, actually, I'm going to choose, let's say, Amazon. And at this point in time, we're going to deploy a CentOS or a base operating system image that we like, and we're going to choose the AMI from the catalog that exists at Amazon. So one of the things with server templates is we do not pre-bind an operating system in the template. The server template is really there to bind the applications and the content that you want driven on the server when it's created, except the operating system image comes from the actual catalog at this cloud provider. So in this case, we're going to take a base CentOS 5.5 operating system, and what's nice about that is that CentOS 5.5 system is completely blank. There's no applications or things on it. So we're going to take 5 instances. We're going to use the security key. We're going to use the default security firewall group. And notice this is a very EC2 specific. And this is the only place where you really have to do something that is EC2 specific. It has really nothing to do with Scalextreme. It's really about the launch sequence for the provider. So if we were to have chosen Rackspace, which has a shorter launch sequence, you would have noticed 3 screens instead of 5 screens. But with this, we click Finish and notice that we have launched this template. So I've now gone over to the managed side of the world, which is where you would go to check on jobs. And if we go to Demo Server, notice that I have this Demo Server basically launch sequence being created here. So it takes a couple of minutes to launch a machine, as you probably figured. We're launching 5 machines on EC2. So if you refresh, notice that it automatically updated here on the right. So it's saying it's creating 5 10 gig machines over at Amazon, And this is sort of a summary of the machine that's being created. And notice that it's all just refreshing in line. So you could just be sitting here and watching this if you like, or you could just go do some email and come back. So let's go back and check out what's going on. Oh, great. So we went back to the Manage tab and notice that we now launched 5 machines on EC2. Notice that we went through, and these are all the 5 machines that got created at Amazon. We installed Java on those machines. Notice this really great output here. So it basically shows that we installed Java on all of those applications. And we ran our configuration script. Of course, this was just my little demo script that I created earlier, but notice that we ran it. So just think of all the time that you just saved not having to go and launch these machines, upload Java, upload your configuration scripts, build those servers from scratch. We did this all automatically for you. The other really great benefit is just repeatability. So instead of you having to remember to do things in a certain order, and if you forget to run a configuration script, something fails, what Scalextreme templates do is gives you a foolproof way of having a repeatable process already built for running servers, whether they be inside the enterprise or outside the enterprise.